Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Reprogramming Masculinity. Today we're going to do an upper body day, starting with some chin-ups, of course. Always got to start with chin-ups or dips. And today, as you can see, well, you might not be able to see it yet, but I'm bumping up to 50 pounds. Because I do want to gain actual strength as well as control. So remember, squeeze everything you've got in these movements and control them and go nice and slow. You want to remain as safe as possible so you can do this your whole life. And yeah, guys, I'm excited to move out to the new property because pull-up bar and dip station is going to be the first thing I end up building for myself out there, so I can finally get rid of this rickety squat rack. And I really want to make something where I have like a peg or a post out in front of me. That'll allow me to attach a rubber band, so that way I can it can help assist in keeping my feet pulled forward, just for the sake of having more emphasis on my biceps and my lats. I feel like once you start getting really deep into failure, it starts to really pull on the rear delt, especially when you're in a completely vertical position like this. But either way, I love chin-ups. One of my favorite exercises ever. Alright. Now we are going to move on to dips. So I try starting in a supinated position here. Supinating your wrists for chest is actually much more engaging for the chest. More of the upper chest seems to get involved. But the problem that I have with doing it on dips is it's really hard to control your body swinging down below. Yeah, like so you see down there how my legs just want to swing around. And it's because there is no stability like there is when your wrists are sideways, because at that point your wrist muscles can be used to help easily stabilize you from front to back. But when you're doing a supinated grip like this, you just tend to want to lurch one way or the other. You know, when it comes to exercises for your chest, especially pressing movements, most of the pressing movements are going to be better supinated. But because of the dip, the way it's positioned and the way you have to stabilize yourself, dips are probably one of the only movements where I would argue that, see me going back to the regular handle here, perhaps it's better to use this grip instead. And I think the reason that supinating is so much better for the most part is because of the track of the elbows. It keeps your shoulders safer. But this grip in the dips anyways tends to do that all on its own. Your elbows don't really flare very far out from your body in this movement, so shoulders should stay relatively safe so long as you are controlling the weight. Alright, now moving on. So as you can see, I've got this sped up, and it's because this was a crazy hectic shoulder day for me. Recently was St. Paddy's Day, and for those of you who don't know, I bounce on the weekends. So sometimes have to deal with drunk assholes. And on St. Paddy's Day, that is very common. So, in one of the altercations that I had on past St. Paddy's Day, I ended up spraining my wrist. So, this whole shoulder day is really me trying to figure out how to work around the spot in my wrist that I sprained. And none of these exercises are doing it. I've got a makeshift dumbbell here that I'm trying to use for laterals, but even this kind of hurts my wrist. So the reason I'm speeding these up is to get to the actual shoulder movement that I end up doing. But I will say this little makeshift dumbbell that I've got does work pretty good. It's kind of sort of like a side row. Or like a lateral row. But here is when I discovered that, at least for my size and my height and my elbow trajectory, for whatever reason, the hex bar that seems to have their handles placed perfectly at the length apart I need. So I'm doing upright rows with the hex bar from now on. This hex bar in particular is 50 pounds, and I've got 35 pounds on each side here, so doing 130. And the stability of the hex bar alone just allows for more weight to be utilized. So yeah, overall super huge win here. This lights up the entire shoulder. Lights up the front, rear, and middle delt. Yeah, there you can kind of sort of see it engage front fibers. I'll have to pick a better angle next time. But yeah, overall phenomenal exercise. Yeah, I think this is going to be a staple for me from now on. And like everything else, you just cinch it at the top and just engage everything for as long as possible until you start failing. This one's also easy to cheat, so super win there. I skipped past a whole bunch of dicking around trying to find the perfect exercise for biceps for me and my equipment and the stuff that I've got. This was the only thing I decided to save here. It's like a drag curl variant. I'm gonna have to get myself an arm blaster because drag curls, they hit too much of the rear delt after the rest of my upper body day. So, but yeah, I'm starting to add in an extra isolation for biceps. But thanks for stopping by, guys. Appreciate it. Come back next time, and be blessed.